I came to see you.
Oh, come on. It's the middle of the night. What are you looking at me like that for? Are you stoned? Warren? Warren, stop it! Get away, Warren. No, stop it, please, Warren! No, get away! No!
That's it.
Warren!
Now, that was a work print. It's not finished, but you can see the pattern of the editing.
Yeah, but what's next?
From off scene, there comes the scream of a naked woman.
Okay, you made your joke. Now, what do you really think?
Well, that last sequence is full of details that don't really matter. First, we see a man arrive in his car. Then he skulks toward the house. You know something? Skulking is out. I mean, it was okay for D.W. Griffith and Eric von Stroheim. But today, wow. It's kind of prudish, you know? I mean, Kevin Grant is a good director, but he's got this hang-up about sex. Hey, you know what a film editor really has to do? Cover up a director's special hang-ups. Uh-oh. Bye.
Thank you. Are there any other comments? It was nice of all of you to come.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was Kevin Grant.
Sorry.
That's all right. I've heard a lot worse. Film students are very rough critics.
I'd really like to explain what...
Don't worry about it. Good night.
You knew he was there, didn't you?
See you tomorrow, then.
Kevin. This is Miss Hunter.
Hello, Mr. Grant. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sit down, please. Miss Hunter, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Alex, I came to apologize for my gaffe last night. I didn't mean to bug you.
You didn't.
Irritate? Pique?
Hmm.
I'd rather you thought of me as an admirer, because I think you're about one of the best directors around.
All right, it's a deal.
I think you've got it all together. And I think your picture's really good.
Hmm. If I could just get rid of my prudish streak, huh?
Yeah. You can tell a lot of things from a director's style. Just like writers, composers, painters. The style reveals something. Antonioni, for instance, wants despair to conquer all, but he's afraid he can't. Fellini always yearns for lost innocence. Bergman wants God on earth, but he can't find him. And you...
Me? Oh. Not in the same breath, please.
You, Mr. Grant. You say integrity, truth. Then at the last minute you cop out because you're afraid that truth might be too rough.
Yeah, well, I'm not in the business of making sexploitation films. Any moron can do that.
I know. But in your rape scene, you were honest, only up to a point.
You got a secret desire to watch rape?
You don't mind showing murder and stabbing and shooting and maiming. But rape, is that the ultimate awfulness?
Yeah, well,
Hey.
I don't know, it's reason.
And the girl screaming and covering herself like a mid-Victorian virgin, crying, no, 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 don't you dare. It's cute, but just not in this world. But everything else you do is. It really is. You're good, Kevin Grant. You know where your head is all the time. Right there.
Yeah, well, that's usually where I keep it. Tell me, Miss Hunter, are you a film student?
Oh, I'm not studying anymore, if that's what you mean. I got my degree a couple of years ago, and now I'm working in the editorial department. Filing.
Here, on the lot?
You mean you haven't noticed?
Well, I'm noticing right now. What kind of career do you want? Editing, writing, acting, what?
Oh, acting's not my thing. I tried it in college. Also dance. Da, 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 da. Of course, it's always nice when people clap for you, but I didn't really care that much. I want to direct and produce films. Just like you.
Oh.
A film's your own thing. It's yourself. How you see things. How you think. It's your painting and your novel and your symphony and your tapestry and your poem and your Golden Gate Bridge. And your snake pit and your hell.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, I know you dig all that. You really do. But you just don't have many people around here to talk to about it. You need me.
And here I thought I was working at a studio where everybody had something to do with film, and I had a lot of people to talk to.
No.
No? Okay, and maybe you'll tell me how you would have shot the rape scene.
Okay. For instance, I'd play the whole scene without a single line of dialogue. And when the girl recognizes the man, not even a scream, just silence and breathing and desperation and sweat.
It's not bad.
Yeah. And when the man's hand is suddenly at her throat, she lies perfectly still, staring at him, not panicked. Just a loathing passivity. Blah. A woman's last weapon.
Except I've already shot the scene.
Reshoot it.
I'm over budget.
Go over more.
Yeah?
Did you forget?
What?
Mr. Bracken's picture?
Oh. Thank you, Mitch. Hey, I got a split. Boss wants me and Pat to look at a sick picture.
Kingdom of Fools?
Yeah. Hey, maybe we can go on with my instruction in filmmaking some other time, huh?
Okay. How would you like to see an avant-garde film? Something I think really lays it out. It's a private showing, and I've got tickets.
When?
Tonight.
Why not?
You know the underground film workshop just off Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah.
See you there about 8?
8 o'clock on the dot.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
See you. That's what I mean. A film that's not afraid of reality. It says what life's like right now.
Well, it had an anti-war message, and that's okay. But it was a little naive and obvious, and that's not okay. And listen, nudity does not make things automatically good. A lot of times it's a little sexual hocus-pocus that a director uses to cover up the fact that there's not much story and very little character.
Didn't you like it? Really?
There were a couple of very good scenes, and there was some fresh and imaginative cutting.
That's nice.
Why?
Because I did the cutting.
Oh, we didn't come here to discuss this film. We're here so that Alex Hunter can show Kevin Grant her work, aren't we?
I wanted to impress you. Because I want to work with you, learn from you, and be as good as you. Maybe better.
Ambitious, huh?
Sure. Just like you.
Well, since you took me to the movies, how about letting me take you out for a drink?
Groovy.
You might as well use my car. We can come back to yours later.
Oh, I didn't take mine. I left it at the studio. I was sure you'd have one.
That is a very conniving head that you have, Miss Hunter. Right there.
That's my little working class car.
But someday you'll have a Maserati, right?
Rolls.
What, like Rackets?
Nope. A convertible.
You got that all planned, too, huh?
Sure. Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for the drink.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I cannot afford to lose money on Kingdom Fools. So any ideas you have, Pat, I'll even reshoot scenes if necessary.
Okay. Well, I'll get to it as soon as I finish Kevin's picture.
Good.
Night.
Night.
Hello, Mr. Bracken. I'm Alex Hunter. We met when I first came.
Oh, yes. Nice to see you.
I've been wanting to thank you.
Thank me.
You made it all possible. My job in the lot. You told editorial to hire someone from one of the film schools?
Oh, well, there's really no need to thank me for that. You're quite welcome. You're working kind of late here, aren't you?
Yeah. But I'm not complaining. In fact, I love it.
That's good to hear for a change. Well, good night.
Yes, I know Patterson's assistant went to the hospital, but I need you here to file. I suppose Mr. Grant has a right to ask for you to work with Patterson, but that's not the point. I take orders for Mr. Bracken, and I'd like to know what he says about this.
I guess you'd better just call it Mr. Bracken.
Hi. Everything okay?
I guess so. There's a little bureaucratic brouhaha coming from the den mother.
Norma's been here since the studio started. I think she thinks it's hers.
She can't stop me, can she?
I don't think anybody can stop you, Alex.
Hey, you know how it's going to be someday? We'll all make films independently, with no front office telling us what to do. And we'll put them in tape, and people will buy them like books and play them at home when they feel like it. You know, Butch Cassidy, Midnight Cowboy, Z, MASH, something of Kevin Grant, Richard Burton's Hamlet, anything you want. Hey, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Well, you look like you're not listening.
Did you know that one of your eyes is a slightly different color than the other eye?
I get it. You mean you know all about what I was saying?
Mm-hmm. You want anything else, Brandy?
Yes. But I think they'd like to close.
Oh, hey, yeah. Except, it. I don't feel like ending the evening yet. How would you like to go someplace else for a nightcap?
Sure.
I know a very quiet place up in the hills with music, magnificent view, even got a garden.
This is exactly where a Hollywood type would live. I'm not sure this is right for you, though.
Well, it's mostly my wife's taste.
I heard about a death that must have been rotten for you. Sorry, I didn't mean to remind you.
That's all right.
You have a little boy, haven't you?
Yeah, Mark. Hey, he's great. You want to see him?
Sure. But won't we wake him up?
No. I look in on him every night. Come on.
Hey, he's beautiful.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Mark.
Who's that? Aunt Kathy?
No, I'm not your Aunt Kathy, but I love you anyway. Go back to sleep, Mark. Sweet dreams.
Night, Tiger. You say you wanted water or soda with your scotch? I've forgotten.
Water, just like yours. What was that special look for in the bedroom? You had a funny smile.
I was thinking. There are a few things that never seem to change. A responsible woman to a child, for example. Just comes out without thinking.
Kevin, you aren't to be fooled by that old portrait, Madonna and child. It really doesn't come naturally to us at all, any more than it does to you. It's, just a little sexual hocus-pocus to disguise the lack of plot. It only works because you're probably, unconsciously looking for a wife.
Do you think that I'm casting for a wife right now?
I don't mean me specially. But aren't you? Casting?
I thought that was something that women did.
Maybe they do, but I don't. I'm not the wife type.
Oh, is that a fact?
For an intelligent woman, marriage is a dropout. It means giving up everything she wants and devoting herself to him, whoever he is. Oh, no. I've got too much to do.
You got it all taped, haven't you, Alex?
Listen, I can live as a man does. Why not? He does his own thing, goes his own way, and gets what he wants. Well, me too.
Liberated woman.
Right on, baby. I'm for female equality in all ways. I won't go with a system that smiles on any man with amiable hands. But if a woman touches a man, she's a nymphomaniac. I mean, it's my world, too. I'm perfectly able to let anyone know if I want an affair. Just as you'd let me know. You beat me to it.
We can call it a tie.
Is there any champagne?
I guess so.
Let's have some.
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I'll show you.
Are these clams?
No muscles.
It doesn't move.
Oh, they spin lots of silky fibers and attach themselves to the rocks and never move again for the rest of their lives. They're safe, but they gave up being free. Some people prefer permanent attachment to freedom.
Oh.
Not me.
What is that? Nature study with a parable?
Alex's fables.
Little attachment now and then isn't such a bad thing, is it? What do you got?
Hey, I found a starfish.
How about that? That's what it is, all right.
It's hard. I thought it would be soft.
Does Alex have a fable about this one?
Oh, it can bend. Any old way, but very slowly. It creeps around underwater without any eyes, ears, or mind. Even slower than a snail, until it finds a clam or one of those blue mussels. And then it wraps itself around the shell, and pulls and pulls. It has hundreds of little suction cups underneath. And finally, the shell's forced open, and the starfish goes and eats it up.
Wow.
And you know what the shape of that starfish is called? A pentagon. So watch out for pentagons, especially when you're 18. How do you like that one? It's not cold. What do you say we go swimming?
We haven't got any suits.
Oh, what's the difference? Must we have suits to go swimming?
Everything is a matter of time and place. Don't you know that yet?
You mean Mark?
Oh, that's one reason.
Oh, Kevin, there's your hang-up again. Why teach it to your son? Why teach shame of your own body? Kids are beautiful. I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. Let's go.
And when the policeman comes along the beach and arrests us, are you going to explain to him that it is all right because we are beautiful?
It's a great scene for a film. Two naked people explaining freedom to a cop and turning him on. Come on. We're free. We don't need to live by their stupid rules.
Somehow, I doubt if swimming without a suit will truly advance the cause of freedom.
Super weekend. I loved it.
Me too.
Want to come in?
What do you think? But tomorrow is a working day, and I haven't had enough sleep in a long, long time.
I hate to sleep. Such a waste of time. That's what we need, more time. Maybe when your picture's finished, we'll go somewhere.
All right, where?
Oh, Afghanistan, Rangoon, Samarkand, South Pasadena. It doesn't matter, just so we can have hours and hours and hours and hours.
Hours. You have a very, very lovely mouth.
Come on in.
I better not.
Why?
Because I think we're getting a little too involved.
But that's good. That's what we want. Come on. Just for a while. For a little champagne.
Wants to know if he can put Patterson full-time on Kingdom of Fools now.
Oh, yeah. You can tell him that it's okay.
I was down in this gully, and my car is upside down, and I'm in a foot of water. Oh, and listen to this. The doctor said if I was hit just a little bit harder, I would have been knocked out, and I would have been drowned.
You were lucky.
You better believe it. Well, am I glad to be back at work again. I just can't stand sitting around on my... Well, doing nothing. So we're going to be working on Bracken's Epic?
Yeah. Be good.
Hey, Pat. She's nice. Guess I got back to work too soon, huh?
Kevin, I just can't go back to the editorial office. I hate files. Oh, I'm not getting anywhere at all.
You ought to be glad that you're not working on Kingdom of Fools. It's a bomb. It'll be a miracle if even Patterson can help it.
I can. I can help it.
You don't know quite everything that there is to know yet. And Pat does have a couple of Academy Awards for what he knows.
Yes, the last one about 5 years ago. He's old-fashioned. Pat still thinks of film as entertainment.
Well, that's about what it is, isn't it?
No, it's life. It's commitment. Pat's not committed. He's not like you. He hasn't got the passion. He's calm all the time. He's middle-aged.
I got a secret to tell you. I'm over 30. That's a fact.
Well, some men are like fruit and some are like wine. Some get older in mildew and some get more beautiful. You're a wine giver.
Champagne, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool it. Time and place for everything, remember? Over there, on the couch. Sit down. That's what I said, on the desk. And by the way, now that Pat is going to be working on the film with Bracken, and since I do have to take somebody from editorial to San Francisco for the preview, I thought I might take you.
Oh, beautiful.
How about that? Of course, it's not summer camp.
Oh, yes, it is.
All right, now beat it. I have a lot to do. And remember, dinner at 8:30.
I'm sorry.
No, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I was lost in my own thoughts. Are you all right?
I bet I know. Kingdom of Fools.
As a matter of fact, yes.
I saw it. Wow.
Oh, you did? I didn't think it was in release yet.
I'm sorry. I watched it through the porthole of the projection booth. It wasn't only the longest movie in the world, it was a kind of a library of all the cliches there are.
Yes, well, it's very easy to tear it down. General idea at the moment is to find a way to help it.
I know, and I've got some ideas.
Yes, I'm sure you do, my dear. I'm delighted. Will you tell them to Patterson?
Well, for instance, why not open on the murder of the express writer and cut out all that advance explanation? The audience will find out who he was and why he was killed later. That's the way life is. Things don't happen to us with long explanations in advance. They just happen. And we're zapped. You know, like bumping into each other just now.
That's not bad. Have you told that to Pat?
Well, I'm not working with him now. Eddie came back and Pat doesn't need two assistants. Besides, Pat will probably think of it himself, because he's about the best there is.
Have you got any more ideas?
Yes. I finally met your friend Alex. She's been with Mr. Bracken about an hour.
I bet she comes out a producer.
I didn't exactly meet her. She went by me as if I weren't there.
I know all about that.
I'll talk to you later, Mitch. Hello, Mr. Nathan. How are you?
Pretty Annie, how are you? May I?
Oh, yes, sure.
Everything's lousy since I quit smoking. Is he busy?
He's got someone in there. Let me buzz him for you. Mr. Nathan's here. Mr. Cy Nathan. Okay. In just a moment.
What was that? He forgot my name?
Of course not, Mr. Nathan. He was thinking of something else.
This is the studio that makes the best pictures. That's why I wanted to start here. 'Cause to me, a film's yourself. It's your novel and play, your tapestry and symphony, your Taj Mahal. And you understand that. That's why I came here to make films.
Taj Mahal, huh? Do you know, it usually takes quite a bit longer than a few weeks to get the hang of things around here.
It takes longer if you want to get brainwashed. I don't want to make standard films. I want to make something real, something about now, and how we feel in a world that acts like it wants to die. If not from bombs, then poisoned water and poisoned air and polluted people who make money in the killing business. I want to say, hey, look what we're missing. Hey, that's a scene. The whole world crying. All the people crying. Because they see it's over. We've killed the earth.
It's a little gloomy, wouldn't you say?
So is tomorrow if we don't do something.
Yes. Yes, it's very interesting talk. But we'll have to continue at some other time, however. As a matter of fact, I'm showing a film at my house tonight. If you're not doing anything, perhaps you'd like to come.
I'd love to.
Good. Let me give you my address. Shall we say 8:30? And you can have a bite of food there.
Beautiful. Mr. Nick.
I see what he was thinking about. No wonder you forgot my name.
Cy Nathan. Alex Hunter.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Cy Nathan, the producer.
That's me.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Nathan.
Nice meeting you. Who is that?
Mr. Grant's not there.
Well, will you tell him for me I won't be able to have dinner with him tonight. I have to do some work for Mr. Bracken. You have such soft, lovely eyes, Mitch. I wish mine were like that. I really do.
Good morning, Mr. Bracken.
Good morning.
Coffee?
Yes. Black. It will match the inside of my mouth.
What's the matter?
I drank champagne last night. I never drink champagne. I drank champagne last night. Excuse me.
Good morning, Itch.
Is that good?
Oh, it is terrific. I had a great night's sleep. You know, I think the problems of the world would probably be solved if everybody could have a good night's sleep. Everybody right from the... Well, maybe not. Have you got the airline tickets to San Francisco?
Yes, and I got you reservations at the Mark Hopkins.
Good.
The film's already up there, and publicity's going up this morning.
Great. Get Alex on the phone for me, will you?
Hello. Norma?
Oh, Mitch. She isn't here. She moved back with Patterson. Oh, I don't know. Mr. Bracken's orders. She wasn't even here a week this time.
How did you manage it? That's what I'd like to know.
I didn't manage anything. Mr. Bracken thought you and I worked well together, and we might as well do Kingdom of Fools. You were sweet to agree, Pat.
I mean, how did you manage to get Eddie transferred to another picture?
Don't you prefer working with me, Pat?
You're a lot prettier. Hello, Patterson. Yes, she is. Just a minute. It's Kevin.
Hi.
I'll pick you up at 3 o'clock, fully packed and ready to go. I hope to catch a plane at 4, bound for Samarkand. What do you mean? Well, you can work on Kingdom of Fools when you get back. Come on, Alex, you can't do that.
After all, Mr. Bracken is the boss, and if he says... Well, I can't just argue with him. Yes, I wanted to go. I really did.
Is he in there?
Sure, Kevin. I'll tell him you're here.
Mr. Grant's office. Oh, hi, Anne. No, I don't know what's going on. He stormed out of here without a word.
I've made all the arrangements to take her to San Francisco to my preview. You already have Patterson for your film. You don't need Alex right now.
Well, of course, I am in a hurry about Kingdom of Fools, too.
She's not going to be gone long enough to make any difference, John. What's so vital about having her anyway?
Well, it's not a matter of its being vital. It's simply something that I wanted to do, which is more or less the way things are done around this studio.
I'm not questioning your authority to make decisions. I just didn't expect to be raided at the last minute.
Raided?
Raided. Of course, if you feel that I can take an assistant cutter along, one who has no familiarity with my picture, all right, terrific. I didn't know that you felt that she was all that much of a picture saver anyway.
That's interesting, because the same kind of thought was crossing my mind regarding you. I can't recall Kevin Grant, the independent-minded, creative, imaginative director, ever expressing such a strong desire for the need of anyone's services before. Now, if Alex is not such a great picture saver, what does Kevin want her for? Personal interest?
Yeah. Personal interest, John.
You mean that?
I mean that.
Is this a strong interest?
Yes.
Oh, well, I didn't know. I thought, well, it doesn't make any difference. Does she know?
She does.
I see.
We haven't exactly signed a contract, if that's what you mean. There may never be one. We've only known each other for a couple of weeks. We'll have to find out. In any case, I didn't know that I had to come and tell you about it. Well, I had to post it on a bulletin board somewhere.
Kevin, been friends too long for that. Listen, you know, Kevin, this business has some of the most beautiful people in the world in it. And under normal conditions, it would be very hard to keep your balance. I suppose it might even be harder for someone if they had recently lost a wife and who had a small boy.
What are you talking about?
What I'm trying to say, Kevin, is that under those conditions, it'd be even easier to respond to beauty and charm and warmth, all of which Alex has, as well as some very fresh ideas that would be helped if they were toned down. What I'm trying to say, Kevin, is that I think it would be a mistake if this was anything more than a passing interest. You see...
Oh, wait a minute. Listen, you're the head of this studio. You can sit in that chair behind this desk and you can say who works here and you can assign them to any job. You can make any decision you want to about any picture in this lot, but not about my personal life. That's mine. I have no daddy complex, John. I do not confuse you for one moment with a guru. You can go straight to hell, man.
Alex is on her way over here. Kevin?
You got Alex here?
Yes, I said she's on her way. Is something wrong?
I don't want any calls. No messages. Nothing.
Sure.
Hi, Mitch.
He's expecting you. Go right on in.
Mr. Bracken's office. Oh, hi.
I was just wondering. Does the bottle of champagne mean something? Something special?
I don't know. Mr. Bracken just asked that I have it sent there right away. Why?
He's just sitting there staring at it.
Must have been very late. Just exactly how late was it?
Oh, I don't know exactly what time it was. I got home about midnight, I suppose. Pat and I went over the whole picture with Mr. Bracken, foot by foot, talking and arguing and yelling. You know.
Yeah, I know.
I would have called you after, but I was afraid I'd wake you up.
You, Bracken, and Pat, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about I call Pat up and I find out what time he went home? Or if he was even there.
Kevin, why don't you just say what you mean?
Read the card.
Oh, you man. Quonk, quonk, quonk. You say women talk all the time. Men are the bloody end. Oh, stop looking at me like a righteous bull moose. What do you want me to say? What did I do that men don't do? Why is it all right for you, but not for me? Oh, I didn't lie to you, Kevin. I told you how I meant to live. That it's as much my world as yours. Listen, do you believe for 1 minute that if this studio were run by a woman, a good-looking woman, and you wanted something, you wouldn't use sex if you could? Darn right you would. Men will use anything and anyone to get what they want. Anytime. And I want something. I told you I did. What's the hang-up? What do you expect of me? I told you straight out, I'm alive and well and loving. Right here in Hollywood. Kevin, it doesn't matter. It's nothing. Isn't that what you tell me if you got caught with some cute chick who wanted to shine in your picture or something? It doesn't matter. Kevin, it's just too old-fashioned to go into a 19th century mad scene about sex. It's only that hang-up of yours again. You really can't bear it, can you? It rankles that a woman can be openly as free as a man.
Oh, maybe you're right, Alex. Maybe I am a little old-fashioned. But then so is sunlight. So is a house with a roof. So is having a baby. Love, fulfillment. There are a lot of things that never change. Well, there's no set rule for it. All depends on what you mean. And when I say love, hey, I mean everything. All those old-fashioned things. Yeah, I've been with some cute chicks. I've had a few brief encounters, some special, some not. And I know that women are as free as men. In fact, I've always been rather enthusiastically glad that they were. And when I love, I want it to be a woman who is free.
Right on.
Free from the weird notion that men are dumbly conniving, grasping, raiding each other's loves, smiling, stabbing each other in the back. In short, doing anything, whatever the price, for their own advancement, and that's what you have to do to be free.
Bravo.
Hey, I'm hip to the fact that you don't understand, Alex. But that isn't the way it is. That's not the new world. That's the old, and it never did work very well.
Kevin, please don't do this to me. Not you. I can't be put in that old category of man's idea of woman. Love for her virtue and damn for her sins. Aren't we ever to be rid of all that? Come on, Kevin. What am I doing that's so terrible?
Oh, nothing's terrible, Alex. Everything's fine.
It is?
Just fine.
Okay, then. didn't intend to hurt you. You're a beautiful guy, Kevin, you know. For the first time, I began to think, well, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not that sure about everything, you know. You're very special to me, Kevin. I didn't lie about that.
There's one other thing I think you should know about men, Alex. There are some of us who are quite capable of picking a woman up and just throwing her out. And sometimes we get very close to that. And when we do, the best thing that a woman can do is just to get up and very quietly go away while she still can.
Rachel Holt is beautiful. Rachel Holt is gorgeous. I think Rachel Holt is beautiful.
Oh, hum.
Hey, Rachel, I guess you're beautiful.
Yes, but what I'd really like to do is direct.
Congratulations, Kevin.
On to you, Pat.
Thank you.
I just want to congratulate you myself, Kevin. Excellent picture.
I got your message, John. Oh, thank you. I've heard that she's left the studio. She didn't actually do anything wrong, according to the way she sees things. I don't think she should have been fired.
Well, she wasn't fired. You see, Kevin, when I was in college, I had a roommate. He's a very bright fellow. But he's always just a little unsure of himself. Whatever I did, he would do. When I went into film, so did he. Eventually, I became the head of a studio. A cigar?
Yeah.
He is a producer. But every once in a while, he makes raids over here, and he tries to steal an actor, a writer, a director, or... I think he tried to steal you once.
Not Cy Nathan.
Yes. Now, the last time that he dropped in, he met Alex. And I told him how bright and clever she was. Then I told her about him. They had a very long luncheon. Kevin, he stole her from me.
Well, here's to her.
She's quite a woman. I think she'll make it.
We all wait in our tiny world for a glimpse of love's bright and shiny world.